All right, and we are back. Day 5 of the World Championships has come to a close. Kind of a tough morning for Team USA. Some highs, some lows, but we rebounded well this afternoon. Let's start with Helen Maroulis proving why she is the GOAT of USA Women's Freestyle. What an amazing moment.
Badass.
Yes, it was.
5th world gold medal. Well, world Olympic gold medal.
Handful.
Yeah, and literally. Yeah.
An 11th medal overall. That's more than 2 hands full. You got to get a buddy.
They got a toe foot.
You got to get a buddy to help you out at that point.
Crazy. There's been lots of moments in Helen's career where it's like, is she done? I mean, we thought this maybe 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? And
Crazy.
she's still here, still doing it, pins her way to the finals, and then defeats a really tough North Korean
Stingy. Super
opponent
stingy.
in the finals. And I mean, North Korea is kind of their own story of this tournament. Really having a lot of success in women's freestyle. Currently in second place, only to Japan. So
Helen just continues to impress me. Her mat awareness, her positional awareness. There was a sequence early on, or in the first half. She looked dead to rights. She scrambled out of it. I think the woman got in a good position again. She scrambled out of it again. Didn't expose. Blown away. Really awesome.
Yeah, I think said this yesterday, but she's by far the most technical wrestler that the U.S. has ever had on the women's side of things, and it's just like, I mean, it's really just incredible to see some of the things she does, and just what a range of techniques. And that defense and scrambling today was what was on display, but yesterday it was judo stuff, foot sweeps, and I think she had a dump in there from like a 2-on-1. So she's got a lot of really, really good options, a lot of good ways to score, and and she's a winner. So what a match! It was super tough.
Yeah. It was a takedown with 8 seconds left.
Something
to
like
win.
that.
Really, really awesome. She just couldn't get to the offense before that, but gritty and just a winner. She found a way. Really awesome.
In her post-match interview, is kind of interesting. Somebody asked her about, I think it was Christian, how pinned her way to the fight. Like, you've never not been a pinner, but this was something new to go so many pins in a row. And it was like, well, I was coming back off of injury this year. And she goes, I was not in good enough shape to go 6 minutes.
Really?
So she said, I knew I had to pin people, not at this World Championships, but leading up to kind of Final X and the U.S. Open, which she was going to us. And she's like, to make sure nobody knew I couldn't go 6 minutes, I pinned people. And I knew I had to, so I really tried. And then that kind of unlocked something in her where she's like, oh, I can just do this.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy you said she's coming off injury. I feel like she's been coming off injury for 10 years.
Always, right?
And still at the top and winning and medaling and winning again. Super impressive.
It really is. We finished off this session just a couple minutes ago. Kylie Welker winning back-to-back bronze medals at the World Championships. A really good way to come back after falling in the quarterfinals yesterday, 8-3, with a controlled win over a Ukrainian opponent.
Yeah, she's just it's funny, right? We talk about Helen, who's like way older, and she's still young. She's 20, 21?
21.
Couple world medals.
Right, still in college.
Yeah. A lot of time ahead of her, man. She's a beast.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Like, she's so young, but she's already been on the scene for so long, for as young as she is. I mean, she was in the Olympic trials finals
2020.
in 2021.
Yeah.
She was barely old enough to be in the Olympic trials at all, and she was in the trials finals then. So, I mean, everybody's known her name, and we were talking before the show, and I was like, wait, does she still have college eligibility? And that's when JD was like, yeah, no, she's only 21. I mean, that's crazy. 2 world medals already, and you got a feeling, I mean, I don't know, you watch her, and you feel like those golds are coming eventually.
Yeah.
And even the match she lost yesterday, it seemed like one that she could win.
Yeah.
So I think golds are coming for her, but just not yet.
And it takes time, she was winning that match. She lost, I think, 8-3, but it was tight, and she gave up some points at the end. Like, she was ahead in most of that match. It was in the final minute she fell apart, but kind of the match unwound a little bit. But and just like Helen knows how to win those matches. And I think Kylie's capable of it, but maybe there's this thing she has to unlock with winning close matches or finishing matches out. That I believe she eventually will.
I think so too. Really, really bright future ahead for Kylie. Macy unfortunately fell in her bronze medal match, finishes in 5th place. Tough bracket, tough draw. I think kind of like Kylie, Macy right now, her level is always going to be kind of right there for fighting for a medal. She hasn't quite jumped up to that next level where you feel really good about medal lock, fighting for gold. Right now, it's like you feel really good about winning a couple matches, fighting for bronze or finals is kind of the expectation. She's not quite as young as Kylie, but she's still relatively young.
How old's Macy?
I bet she's like 23, 24,
Yeah.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Macy, I mean,
she feels
24.
older because she's been at the top for so long. Not at the senior level, but they were talking on the broadcast, or I think it was Spay, was saying how she's won a medal at every age level, a world medal, U17, U20, U23, and senior, which is kind of ridiculous. I'm guessing not that many women can say that.
Yeah.
And especially in America. So, no,
Yeah.
she wrestled well. It just wasn't her day.
And to look at the way the point breakdown is, here on the screen, it's like she gave up that takedown to make it 4-2 with 5 seconds left, and that was when she was really pushing. And I actually, during part of that exchange, thought she was going to get the takedown. It seemed like she was in position. She had cut across to that second foot, and she was trying to collect that, pull it in, and then she went from the foot up to that seatbelt position. And the Mongolian was really tough in the whizzer, and it seemed like that decision to the match might have come down to that decision, right? If she stays on that foot, pulls it in, maybe we're talking about 2 bronze medalists today. But yeah, you're right, JD. She's right there every year, and it's awesome to have her. And big question I think for her is going to be, once it comes to the Olympic year, is she going to go 62 or 68? You got to imagine 62 is going to make a little more sense.
I would think so, right? 68 probably going to be loaded again with talent. I mean, just our upper weights are so good right now, between 68 and 76.
And it with or without a meet.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, you got to think 62. Plus, I mean, she's what?
5'4"?
Yeah, no, not even.
I think that's what the internet says.
Maybe. I feel like she's not. I was gonna say 5'2".
I'd give her 5'4".
Okay.
I'm an expert on the 5'4" range.
All right. Let's see. Who else went today? We can kind of start at the top with the women that started today at 53 kilograms. Felicity Taylor, tough, short tournament. Fell 10-0 to China in her first match, and then was eliminated shortly after that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the opponent from China fell in the quarterfinals, and was like, man, bummer. Yeah, that was tough. That was I don't know. You go all the way, but this is what it used to be watching a lot of world championships back in the day. Like, you'd send this whole team over there, and most of them it would be 1 or 2 matches, and then that's it. And it was like, dang, that's a long ways to go just to lose. So
that's rough.
Yeah,
That's rough. But she's I think she's got a bright future ahead of her in her first world team. There could be big things coming for Felicity.
True.
Also, one of the characters in a new series coming out called Hawkeyes on the girls women's wrestling team at Iowa.
That's right. They have several on this team.
Around the corner, coming out in October. Little sneak peek there.
Yeah. At 62 kilograms, Adugo Nwachukwu was also eliminated. She had a little bit longer tournament. She had maybe the move of the tournament, hit a 5. I don't know how many 5s went down this tournament, but there can't be that many. She did hit one against Sweden in her second match, but and then fell to Mongolia in her quarterfinal 5-2 before Mongolia lost in the next round, which was tough because Adugo's kind of a roller coaster sometimes. She's not going to have too many 2-1 matches So she's fun to watch.
Yeah, that match she lost to Mongolia was tough because the two exposures that she gave up were on her own attacks, and it just felt like a little bit different match, and that's an opponent she can beat. And her first time, I mean, she had to knock off a staple of beat in Croatia, had to beat Kayla Miracle, which she hadn't been able to do, and then all of a sudden she did it at Final X. Yeah, feels like. Whereas on the men's team, there's a lot of question about who's going to even make the team year over year. Feels like Adugo maybe is establishing herself as the woman to beat at 62, and if she is, I mean, I think she's gonna win medals down the road.
Yeah, because you look at a lot of her mistakes, and they seem, I'm gonna say immature, but like just inexperienced. Maybe
That's a better word.
It is a better
Flexible.
word. Yes, right. Like you can tell sometimes she just gets revved up and wants to go.
Yeah.
And she just is going for something.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe against 80% of people, she can get away with it. Right. Because she's a great athlete and a really experienced wrestler. But when you're wrestling in second round of the World Championships,
Different.
yeah, it's a little bit different. So sometimes you got to wrestle a little smarter. Sometimes. As much as, the gunslinging, grip it and rip it, go for broke, is fun to watch, and I do enjoy watching it. Sometimes it is smarter to reel it in a little bit, be a little bit more tactical. Yeah.
That's the word I was going to say. You can learn all the technique in the world, but how to and when to apply it and how to be tactical with it is something that with age will come.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a similar tournament to Adugo was Alex Glaudet at 72 kilograms. She won her first 2 matches, and you're feeling really good about Glaudet. After
Japan.
Right, she beat Japan, who is a 2021 world champion and a 2-time bronze medalist as well. She beat her 3-2, and you're kind of like, you beat Japan, like, all right, come on, let's go. And then she falls 8-4 in the next round to Kyrgyzstan.
This is the best version. Sorry. But this is the best version of Alexandra Glaudet I've ever seen.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And that
By a lot.
By a lot, and that especially in that opening round match, it seemed like her opponent from Uzbekistan was solid, was in good position and good wrestler. And if there's ever been a criticism of Glaudet, it's that she's the opposite of Adugo. She doesn't open up, and sometimes she's like just stays a little too solid, stays just. Doesn't attack. Man, she had 2 really nice feet to back double legs in that opening round match. And that's great to see, if she's unlocking that offense, that's great because she's so hard to move. She's just a tank, and a hard person to move. So if she's starting to add offense to that, I mean, that's going to be really good for years to come. And the other thing that's cool about her opening up a little bit more is, she made the team because, I mean, not because, but one of the reasons been, you can say what you want, but I mean, who knows? You never know what happened.
They didn't wrestle at Final X.
Amit didn't wrestle, right? Amit did, so that just kind of put her on the team. So it's like, all right, well, what's she going to do now? Well, I think she proved that she belongs on this stage, belongs at this level. And so that's good to see too, that it's not just like, all right, well, it's a backup. No, I mean, she looked like she belonged.
Shows her depth.
Yeah.
Took them out of my mouth.
Yeah. And I'm not saying, I think we've been saying this for a while, but we might actually be starting to see it come true. I feel like I've been seeing Japan lose more this tournament on the women's side than what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. Year after Olympics, sometimes Japan, especially Japan, they'll be a little down that year after the Olympics. They're big stars, the Yui Susakis. Yeah, they don't come out. So I'm not saying Japan is about to fall from grace or anything, but I think we are seeing I don't even want to say their twos because pretty much all their ones came. But the level of competition from the world is rising enough to where Japan can't throw their twos in and then double up the team score from everybody. So I think It is starting to narrow just a little bit. We were saying that like 5 years ago, and I was kind of putting the brakes like, hold on a little bit. But maybe it is starting to happen. Just a
So
little bit.
if Japan was stock and you were trading stock, would
So we were talking about this earlier, and I think after this tournament, I would buy just a little because, like I said, I think they go back up next year. People like Yui Sasaki come back on the team, and then I sell it all at that because then there's really nowhere else to go. You're plateaued high. Like they just kind of win every year. So
So I got the team. They're kind of the performance of their team up on the screen right now. Currently, Japan with 2 champs and a bronze, and they have 3 in the finals tomorrow.
So they're gonna have a big day tomorrow.
They'll have a big day
Yeah.
tomorrow, and then they had 2 other 5th place finishers who were in the bronze medal match and lost. So it is funny. I agree. This is probably a down year for Japan. There's a chance they have 5 champs, 6 medalists,
terrible.
and two more that were in the medal match. So
Yeah, maybe I overreacted a little bit too much to literally coming off of just watching them lose 2 bronze.
yeah, I mean that's
matches.
you just don't see it. So I do think it is a down performance, but still, a pretty decent team. So, and I don't know, looking at their wrestler at 68 kilos, Ishii, she looked very good today. I think she'll probably win. And if I don't know, I'd dare to say they'll probably win all 3 tomorrow, but we'll see.
Ishii, the girl at 68 kilograms who beat Kennedy Blades in the quarterfinal. Now Kennedy, obviously Ishii did win, so Kennedy gets pulled back in. She'll have to win one more match to make it to the bronze medal match tomorrow. She'll have the winner of Ukraine and Hungary in her repechage match. So, I feel pretty good about Kennedy coming back for bronze. I thought to be honest, like she got worked pretty good.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't see
it was
that very
12-1, but I mean she beat India 11-0 in a round before. I didn't think she looked bad. I mean even like the way she's moving, like it wasn't like you don't belong out there really. It was just kind of like, dude, Ishii's just really good. She doesn't belong out there. Like she's the one on another planet.
Yeah. So short and strong and just like gets in that stance and drops that elbow on her knee. And it's like, where's the opening?
Mm-hmm.
How do you get through this?
The other thing that stood out to me about Ishii is that like a lot of times when you watch the Japanese women's team, Japan looks like this factory that just cranks out wrestling robots, and they're you don't see a ton of like personality or emotion, from a lot of the women's
Not for many
wrestlers.
hugs.
Yeah, not very many hugs. They just sort of win and just move on with their day. But Ishii's got like this mean look on her face, like determined and like she's kind of pumped up, and just a little bit of a departure from what we normally see on the Japanese women's team. It's kind of weird because on the men's team you see a ton of personality out of Japan, but on the women's team a lot of times it's just sort of head down, get the job done, win, move on. But Ishii was, she had a little edge to her, which I thought was cool.
A look at the team race on the women's side of things. USA sitting in 8th place after 2 days of women's freestyle. They have the opportunity to climb a couple, obviously, tomorrow, but we're not cracking the top 3 or 4. So kind of a down performance for Team USA women, which is unfortunate. I was feeling pretty optimistic about this team. I'm not exactly sure what it means. Like, I don't know. I'm not panicked about the future or anything. Sometimes it just goes like this. And maybe other countries are starting to put in more resources to women's wrestling and putting in more effort. So, it's kind of a rising tide lifts all boats situation.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what to make of this performance from Team USA as a whole.
It could be some bigger systematic thing, or whether it's us or the rest of the world, or it can just be like a couple people had bad days. One girl got pregnant. She's not, Olympic champ. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you said,
I'm not hitting the panic button.
no, I don't like it.
Oh,
not panicked.
of course,
I'm
right?
not panicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean a lot of first time team members this year, and so you got to think you're going to get more productivity out of it. And we've seen in you look even in recent history with the women's freestyle team and the performances, like a lot of these women, they earn the spot and then they hold on to that spot for years, and they get better over those years. I mean, think about where Sarah Hildebrandt started in her international career versus where she ended, and Kayla Miracle. I think it took her a couple tries to get a medal, and then all of a sudden she was getting medals. And I think even like Mallory Velti, I think didn't medal and then did. And so I think there's a lot of development that happens on that women's team. And so I think a lot of these young women they're gonna be developing, and I think they're gonna be hopefully ready to go just in time for LA. Hopefully they're gonna be ready to go by next year. But if not, we've got a little bit of time to ramp up and to get ready for the biggest moments that we're going to see in LA. So hopefully we see that. I think we will.
Right on. Japan's in the lead with 147 points. North Korea in second with 100 points. Russia in third with 90. Ukraine in fourth with 70. And China in fifth with 69 points.
So this is crazy. I got North Korea's team pulled up, and they brought 6 wrestlers to the World Championships. They have
in women's or
women. This is women's. This is women's freestyle. They have 2 champs and a silver medalist, courtesy of Helen. They have tomorrow all 3 wrestlers still alive to medal. 1 in the finals, 1 going for bronze, and 1 in repechage. So, I mean,
they could go 6 for 6 medals.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's unreal.
Where were they at the Olympics last year?
You know what? I'm not going to claim to be able to explain a lot of the things
that happen over there.
A lot of the decisions that North Korea makes, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, sometimes they wrestle, and when they do, they're usually pretty good. Sometimes they don't.
Apparently, we do have interviews coming with at least one of their women. I wouldn't expect much to come out of that interview, but it is at least interesting, and I'll probably give it a listen.
Can we give a shout out to one? I think her name was Ming Young Won, the 50K.
Shout out one.
The hug.
Oh,
which one? Which one?
The hugs. This woman wins 50 kilograms and hugs. I've never seen these long, awkward.
It was truly one in a million.
Way too long. Like she shook everybody's hand, then she runs back to the center. She hugs the mat.
You got to start off with the knee slide.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she runs over, knee slide into a hug with her coach. Then she hugs the referee on the mat, and you're like, okay, she can give her a hug.
For about 15 seconds.
And yeah, like literally, then you think she's going to break. And she moves to the other side, and the other ref, and then the judge, I think, and then the opponent, and then the opponent's like, after they shake hands, is trying to walk away, and she's still... And then she's bawling. I mean, she like bawling on the podium. You wonder what this victory means for. I mean this for real, right? Like, what does the World Championship do to somebody's life over there?
No kidding. I don't know.
Can't even. Yeah, that was rhetorical,
right? Yeah.
Dude, so a couple of my favorite moments from the hug, because there were some great.
This went on for some time.
It went on forever. One of the best parts was when she's hugging her opponent, who she just beat. She's hugging her for like 7-8 seconds, and after a few seconds of hugging her, like the woman from China just starts trying to walk away, and she just keeps holding on to her, walking backwards, and still hugging her, and then. She's up on the podium, and she's so emotional. It's very cool, like how much it means to her. But then she's got her belt. She got the WWE belt. She's trying to celebrate. The belt like falls down like a cartoon character being.
It was.
It's dropping.
And then she grabs the shoulder of the bronze medal opponent next to her and tries to pull her in for like a photo. And this woman has like a giant knee like tape, and she can't. And she almost falls over. I mean, it's like just this. The most funny celebration and podium. It just was incredible.
They're not usually that entertaining. This one was fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow, same start time. We'll have Kennedy Blades going in repechage. And then let me pull up the schedule here. Tomorrow's Thursday. We'll have 55, 77, 82, and 130 kilograms going for our Greco guys.
Let's go.
So,
Yeah, so I mean, I'm excited. Talking about, we're gonna see Jaden Rainey.
55, yep.
That's a high schooler. That's pretty awesome. Really excited to see how he does. He's fearless. So hopefully that helps out. What other weights are tomorrow?
130,
So we got
82, 77.
Colton Schultz, Becca Melilishvili, and you said 77, Kamal Bay.
Kamal Bay.
So honestly, three guys that have all have age level medals. I know Melilishvili was U23 bronze last year.
It's the first ever U23 medalist in USA history, I believe.
That's
Greco.
true. Yes.
Fantastic.
Colton Schultz was like a age level champ.
Mm-hmm.
So was Jaden Rainey, and
I think Kamal
so
was
was Kamal Bay. Kamal Bay won
Uh,
juniors. He beat
you're right.
the guy from Kyrgyzstan. But yeah, so that's a pretty good group to start out with for Greco. And Greco, it's no surprise. It's been a challenge for Team USA over the years. But if you're going to have any group start, this is a good group to start with.
No, I agree. Any closing notes before we take off here?
One of my favorite things about Worlds, just a small side thing, is that you learn everybody's middle name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Like Colton Michael Schultz. I didn't know it was Michael. That's nice. Kyle Frederick Snyder. We can go on. Jordan Ernest. There you go. We'll leave it at that.
Thank you all for tuning in once again to our recap show. We will be back with you. Scheduling note, I think we're going to go a little early tomorrow. I think we're going to tune in live to Kennedy Blades bronze medal match if she makes it. So we're
Gonna make it.
Yep, when she makes it.
When?
That's right. So not our normal 1:15 start time. We're going to go a little early. See y'all then.